Hi all, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. I am on to do Margarete Miller's collage. I am a few weeks behind. I did do this one, was the last one that I did. I didn't do it on camera, but I did put photos of it up in a couple of groups. But in case you haven't seen this one, I thought we would run through the prompts and I would show you on video. So this one was week 22. And I needed a border or frame, so you can see here I've cut a frame out. And something found in the library, so I've got a book there. A bug or an insect, we can't not see that. A piece of newspaper, I've got some really old newspaper here in the frame. And I also grabbed the words out of a piece of newspaper as well. Stitching, which could be real, drawn or stamped. I have sewn, I'll hold it up so you can see it because it is hard to see from a distance. I've done some sewing down here with embroidery thread on his shirt. It's a bit gruesome, this one. my mind was in a dark place at the time. Bonus paint splatters. Well, they're pretty self-explanatory too. So this one was so much fun to do. The background is actually a picture of inside our bodies somewhere. I was going through this anatomical book one day and they were the most beautiful pictures, but it was all like blood and bodily functions and that. I did try to avoid keeping any of the ones that sounded really gross. But they were great backgrounds and I was struggling to find the background that I wanted to put him on because most of them were too busy. I wanted something a bit plainer and that, but wanted something of interest and I found that and I thought, oh yeah, I like that. The words sort of came by accident because I was going through bits of newspaper that I had here to find the piece to put in the background here, and then I found the pic of the crop and I just thought that was quite amusing with what was going on in this picture. And then in that article was the regular pruning gives best results. I just thought that was a hilarious take on bugs getting back at man. And then I thought the praying mantis looked funny just standing there from where I had, it wasn't a full picture of him and that, so I thought he needed to be coming out of something. So I found this pot and it had a lid. So I thought, I'll just put it on his head. So that worked out quite well. And yeah, pretty gruesome. But I was thinking, well, what am I going to do with the paint splatters? I'm not one who just paint splatters over the top of everything to bring it all together. I do on occasion, but I'm not very practiced at paint splattering. And yeah, it was a bit of a challenge to make sure I got them just in the right spot and everything. I didn't want it to look too gross, but I got some where I didn't want it here. And then I sort of rubbed it and I thought, oh, that actually looks quite good. So it ended up looking a bit grosser than it was meant to, but you get that. So that was week 22. So I am up to week 23 today. So I'm going to use my smaller glue book here that I made with my cinch. I made both of these with the cinch. I had found all of these cards, information cards, in the recycle bin at the bookshop. So I grabbed them all, brought them all home, and then one day when I got my cinch, I thought, well, why not put them together and use them as my glue books? And I absolutely love this because the pages lie flat and you can do both sides of the page, and the glossy magazine pages stick so well to these glossy cards with your glue stick. Okay, so week 23. And of course, if you want to get involved on doing the Margarete Miller Collage Weeklies, her Etsy store is linked down below and you can get the prompts. You can buy the prompts as a digital print from her Etsy store and print them out if you want them. Or you can wait and see what other people are doing each week and follow along with the prompts that way. But I wanted to have the prompts in advance available to me so that as I'm looking through and sorting book pages for my junk journals, I could put aside bits and pieces I thought I might like for this. So for this week, I need to have a key, a building, white space, something magical, an office supply, and the bonus is a tissue paper. So I have found and fussy cut some pieces for that. I've got a few other bits that I need to do to put it together. So as usual, I'll put the music on and speed it up a little bit, and I will see you at the end. And then I will probably tack on week 24's afterwards once I've found the bits as well. that's my week 23 collage done. So we have a key, a building, a white space, got plenty of that. Something magical. Well, I figure a wedding is magical, and if not, just add wings, that makes her magical. An office supply, other pens and paper. And the bonus tissue paper. So I stamped the signature onto tissue paper. It's a bit blurry, but that's all right. So a bit of a theme going on there by the looks of it. I was a bit uncomfortable with how much white space, so I just added some postmark stamps to busy it up a bit more. Could have added extra stuff. I was going to cut out a dove to be flying up here or something, but it's wedding-ish enough, I reckon. So, and I love the half picture of the church there. I just love being able to use these little incomplete bits and pieces out of glossy book pages and that I'm not going to use elsewhere. So that was a lot of fun. So now I'm going to find the bits for week 24 and we're going to get on and do that as well. So that is it for week 24 now. So we needed something from the recycle bin. So I chose a box of Rose's chocolates and, oh, look, I haven't stuck one of them down. You could have told me. I will just do that really quick. Just stick it there, that'll do. Okay, so I chose a box of Rose's chocolates. No, it won't, have to go down a little bit there. Oh, and even over a little bit, that's better. So I chose a box of Rose's chocolates and I cut out the roses and the chocolates that were on the front of the box. And then we needed a bottle of glass, so I had this big Scotch whisky bottle and I found this glass as well to go with it. It's not really a Scotch whisky glass, but it looks like Scotch whisky in there, so thought that would go okay. Piece of wrapping paper. I remembered I had a roll of this gold stuff hanging around here, so I thought it'd be great to use some of that. Thought it went with the theme nicely. Favourite food? Well, chocolate. But to be healthy, I added some strawberries. Chocolate and strawberries, match made in heaven. Text in a different alphabet. Now, usually it's text or alphabet in a different language, so that one had me stumped for a while, but I assume it means in a different, I don't know, text in a different language's alphabet. So I have this. It looks a bit like text. You can't actually see it to see if it's text. I think it is, though, on a stone. I think it's some ancient stone plaque thing with text on it. Had a few bits left over from a previous collage, so I thought I'd just add some pieces of that, especially where my lady's head was cut off and that. I felt that it wasn't enough just with the bottle and the food and the roses. So I grabbed a lady's head to put on there. And the bonus was 3 of something. So initially I grabbed the 3 roses off of the box. I thought, rather than just using chocolates, it'd be great to use something else off of the box. But there's also 3 chocolates and 3 of the roses packages. Could have done 3 strawberries too, but 4, why not? So that is it. That's my week 23 and week 24 caught up on. I think we're now on to week 25, so I will do that in my next video for the Margarete Miller collage assignment. That was great fun. It's just nice and relaxing doing your collaging and a bit of fun. So I've got a few other projects to catch up on now, and then I will try and get my week 25 sorted in the meantime. So take care of yourselves, be good, and I will see you again soon. Bye.